Hello, everybody. We're just going to give folks a couple more minutes to sign in, and then we'll get started. Hey there, for those of you who are just logging in, we're going to give the additional registrants just a couple more minutes to log in, and then we'll get started. All right, well, we're at 5 after 2, so we'll start digging in here. I wanted to just start by giving a quick introduction of myself, and then we'll start digging in. I appreciate everybody taking the time out of your day to be here and learn a little bit about social media marketing. For those of you who I haven't met in person, my name's Amy. I'm the events coordinator with ASAP. I have experience, I've been working in social media marketing for a couple of years now, managing social media campaigns and accounts for local businesses. While I am not an expert by any means, I can try my best to answer your questions, and if I don't know the answer, I will hopefully point you in the right direction with encouragement. So With that being said, I just want to talk about some logistical things. If you have any questions as I'm going through the slides or the tutorial, on the right-hand side, you'll see a little chat room. You're welcome to ask questions there. There's also going to be some time at the end of this meeting to answer questions that might come up too. So there's two options there for you. And I'm going to figure out how to share my screen. All right. I think that this is hopefully working for you all. If you can't see the screen, please leave a message. I'll write a little comment here. Leave a message here if you can't see the screen or have questions. Okay. So we will kind of start by going through a couple of slides here, and then we will have time for the tutorial. So again, thanks for joining me for the first round of the Social Media Monday series. This is going to be a high-level overview of the importance of social media, and we'll dig into some tutorial pieces. So again, I think having that contextual understanding of why social media is important is important. And then we'll do a step-by-step overview of how to create a Facebook business account, as well as how to create an Instagram business account. And we'll have time for questions again at the end. So why social media? It's because your customers are there. So according to some recent stats, 69% of US had a social media profile in 2019, 74% of adult US Facebook users, and 63% of Instagram users visit these sites daily, many of them being multiple times a day. And there are 3.48 billion people, close to half the world's population, that use some type of social media. Social media is an ideal tool for farms for a couple of reasons. First being that farming is visual. Farming offers authentic stories. And people increasingly are starting to care about where their food comes from. Many are craving a connection to food and nature. People from all corners of the world are sharing photos of what they eat. Over 300 million posts on Instagram have used the hashtag food. 2.5 million nearly posts have used the hashtag local food to date. And I think given the current state of the world, local food and making those connections is all the more important. And the price is right, sort of, with a caveat here. You don't have to pay money necessarily to gain followers or make connections on social media, but you do need to remember to factor in the takes to build and maintain social media presence. I wouldn't say that utilizing social media as a tool is free. On average, for businesses that I have managed whose profiles I've managed in the past, it's been 5 hours a week of strategizing and planning content for that week. So that's something to, keep in mind. Like, how much would you, that's money and time. So something to consider. And the social media platforms that we're going to be focusing on in this webinar series specifically are Facebook and Instagram. That's because the largest number of users can be found on these two platforms. They also have the most diverse audiences. Instagram tends to skew a little bit younger. We see typically see an older audience on Facebook. These platforms are ideal because you can connect with customers by direct messages, by comments, links, and tags. It's a really great way to engage with the public. Instagram is a bit of a better tool for visual storytelling. It's much easier to use on a mobile device. Facebook is better to use for promoting events and sharing links to your website, to your online store, to anything that you might want to be selling. It's easy to use both platforms simultaneously, and we'll talk about how to link those platforms in later webinars. So setting up a business account, why is it important? It's important to take that step beyond your personal account to create a business account because you get access to analytics and reports about your audience or insights. So for example, you can see where people are viewing your posts from. Are most of your followers in Asheville? Are they based in a county outside of Asheville? How old are they? Are they male or female? And we'll talk about this later on too. This is a space to create a professional home for your farm and create more transparency between your business practices and the public. Business accounts also allow for multiple administrators or the ability to assign roles, which can be very helpful if you have an employee or a volunteer who can take on those roles, or if you have the time yourself to do it. But this does allow for that delegating of tasks. And Business Manager offers more tools for advertising. That's a little bit more advanced than what we're going to get into in these webinars, but as you kind of gain momentum and learn the ins and outs of these platforms, and you want to really dig into more advanced paid advertising, Business Manager is an excellent tool for that. So on Facebook, you have to first have a personal account in order to business account. On Instagram, you can have a business account or convert a personal account, and we'll dig into that in just a couple minutes here. All right, so we're going to dig into first how to set up a Facebook business page, and then we'll walk through how to set up an Instagram business page. X out here. Okay. And we'll start with Facebook. So I recommend that if you're going to set up a Facebook business account, you do this on your computer or laptop rather than a phone. So to start, you'll be logged into your personal Facebook account. You'll click on this Create button here at the top. And then you'll go down here to Page, click that. And so there's the option to get started by creating a business or brand page or a community or public figure page. You're likely going to choose this one for your farm business. So we'll get started. So your page name, this is going to be the name of your farm. Call it Amy's Farm for now. And then you can choose a category to describe your page. There's multiple categories that you can choose. It probably makes most sense to choose farm, but if there's a niche that you want to identify with, then be sure to add that as well. They ask for your address and phone number. This is optional, and it does not have to be shown if you don't want people to know your exact address. Oh, I guess I do have to put that in. So we'll do This is ASAP's address. Okay. Okay, from here you're gonna be asked to add a profile picture, which we'll upload. Ideally, this will be your logo if you have one. And add a cover photo. This could be a photo of your farm, of your animals, vegetables in the field, anything that looks nice and you think kind of personifies your business. We'll try that again. Okay. So again, this is the profile picture. This is the cover photo. From here, you're going to want to create a username for yourself. And this is how, this will make it easier for folks to find you. So my username will be Amy's Farm 123, since that one already exists. Create the username. And so now when people want to find me, all they have to do is type in fb.me/amysfarm123. After you add your artwork here, it's a good idea to add a button if you have a website that you can link it to. So, but there's several options here for buttons. It could be a call to action for folks to contact you. I don't know that this would necessarily be relevant. Book with you, learn more about your business, or shop with you. So this could link to an online store if you have one. We're gonna say learn more about your business. And we will send folks to our website. So now when folks click here, we'll test the button. They're brought to asapconnections.org. Okay, so now that we have kind of the visual layout set up, we'll go into settings and do some customization there. Okay, so first we'll go into page info. And we want to make sure that all this information is populated. Again, it's just another tool for folks to find you. So we'll add a short description about the page, AKA your business. So we can say something like vegetable farm based in Asheville, NC. Find us at Asheville City Market on Saturdays. Online ordering available on the website. Again, this is another, if there are other categories that you want to add to describe your page, you can put them here. Phone number. This is, again, all optional. If you want folks to be able to contact you, you can put in this information. I highly recommend putting in a website if you have one, and an email address if you, again, want to have that public. Again, this does not have to be public information, but you are welcome to have it on your profile if you have a U-Pick, for example, or if you want folks to pick up directly from your farm, if you provide agritourism opportunities on your farm. Your service area. So for example, if you are offering delivery right now, you can say something like We deliver within 20 miles of Asheville. Okay, you have to enter in your neighborhood. So we'll say Asheville, and you can go up to 20 miles outside of Asheville. Hours, if you have a farm stand or if you're doing U-Pick, this will likely be relevant for you so that folks can see what time you're open. And price range. This is a good idea to utilize as well. So I recommend spending some time, again, going through this page info section. From here, I recommend clicking messaging. And one tool that I think is really useful for farms and businesses in general is to set up an automated response in case you can't get to responding to messages right away. To do that, we'll scroll down here and we'll do setup. Because oftentimes you're out in the field, you can't get to folks right away, but you also don't want them to be sitting in your inbox for too long without an answer to their question or inquiry. So you can edit it. This is the, if you want, you can keep this automated message, but you can customize it too to say something like, thanks for your message. We're out working in the field. We'll get back to you as soon as we can. And that way, once folks send you a message directly to your inbox, they'll get that automated message and you can respond on your own time. Another quick thing that I want to go through with you all too in settings here is the page roles. And again, this is useful if you want to get some help with from your employees or farm partners or any volunteers in managing your Facebook business page. So to do that, you can invite them on Facebook or you can type in their email address. There are different levels of assignments that you can give to folks. For example, so I'm the admin of my page right now, which means that I have the capabilities to basically do everything. I can see everything. I can respond to everyone's messages. I can post anything that I want to, but there are different levels. So for example, analyst, at the very least, they can create a post or a comment on posts. You could make someone an editor or an admin. I suggest clicking on these various levels to see kind of what levels of control you want to be able to give someone here. But again, if you're looking to delegate out tasks for folks and looking for help with managing the page, this is a very useful tool. Another quick thing that I don't want to forget to tell you about is notifications. So unless you go through here and customize this to your preferences, you could get a notification very frequently from Facebook. And if that's something that you want, then you'll want to keep things the way that they are. But otherwise, you know, as you can customize this to what's important to you. So for example, do you want to get an email every time that someone comments on a photo? Do you want to get a text message? Do you want to get a notification just up here from this little bell? You want to take some time to look through this piece and customize it based on your preferences for communications from Facebook. And another piece that I want to show you is Instagram. So we're going to walk through how to create an Instagram business account in just a little bit. But a feature that I wanted to show you now while we're on the Facebook business page is that you can connect your Instagram account to your Facebook account. So for example, when you share something on Facebook, it also simultaneously shows up on Instagram, and you don't have to, you save a ton of time by connecting those two platforms. We're not going to connect the account right now because we haven't made it yet. But for future reference, this is a tool that is very useful for time-saving purposes. Okay, so these are the, again, page info, messaging, notifications, page roles, and eventually this Instagram tab are going to be the places to start under settings when you first create your page. I definitely recommend tinkering around with some of these other features, but for now I wanted to highlight those couple of tabs for you all. And another piece that I wanted to show you is the inbox feature. And this is something that I had kind of just alluded to, but folks can direct message you if they have questions about your farm or where they can find your product. Maybe just commenting about your business or wanting to say hi. So this is where you'll get notifications and where you can respond to folks when they send you a message. So you'll see all of the messages here eventually. You can even, if you connect your Instagram account, message folks directly on Instagram from here. I usually just have this all messages tab open when I get a message so I can see where it's coming from. And you can just directly respond to folks from here. You can even put up an away message if you want to. Okay, so we'll go to notifications. So again, we had talked about notifications, about what you want Facebook to communicate with you about regarding you know, comments that people make or new followers or whatever it might be. You'll see this little like alert here letting you know that you have a notification. This is where you can kind of check out what folks are saying about your farm or you're, you know, leaving comments on your business page. And when you click on it, you can go, you'll be brought directly to that comment so you can reply or delete or whatever it might be. And another quick piece that I want to show you is this Insights tool. You get to that by clicking more. Available because we've just created this account, but Insights are going to be a very valuable tool for you as you move forward to see what's working and what's not working around the posts that you're sharing. You'll see, be able to get more data around your followers, as I was mentioning, where they're based, gender, how many followers that you have, how many likes you have. So this is something too to dig into as you start making posts and sharing with the world, to just kind of tweak, you know, based on what's working. And we'll go back to the page here. And so once you're set up with all those things, then you should start posting. You just create a post there, shows up eventually. Once you start posting, you want to invite friends to learn about your, you can do that right here. And another piece that I would suggest you do is to include your Facebook page on your Appalachian Grown. You can link those directly, and you do that just by, again, copying this URL here. Okay, so that's how to get started with a Facebook business page. I hope I simplified that. I was able to simplify that for you all. What we'll do now is dig into the Instagram business page. And so I am starting this profile as someone who has never used Instagram before. So what you'll do is you'll download the Instagram app. This is something you'll want to do on your phone. And the first thing you'll be prompted to do is create a username. So mine is Amy's Farm with a couple numbers since Amy's Farm was taken. You'll create a password, which is stealthily hidden right now. And then you'll complete your sign up. You have the option to connect to Facebook right when you begin. So if that's something that you want to do to transfer your Facebook friends over to your Instagram account, that could be a really great way to get started with followers. I'm going to skip that. You can also choose to import contacts from your phone. If that's something that you want to do, then by all means, because some folks have their Instagram accounts connected to their phone number. So it's a good way to find folks if they might not be on Facebook. If you want to do that, then you're welcome to do so. I'm going to skip it. And you'll be prompted to add a profile photo. I'm going to skip that for now. Okay, you'll be prompted to find people to follow. I'm going to skip that. And I've now created my initial profile. So this is what it'll look like for a personal profile. I want to create a business profile. So to do that, I'm going to click up here on the 3 lines. And then this menu will come up. From here, you're going to want to click Settings. Okay, and then you'll scroll all the way down to Account. Okay, once you get here, you're going to scroll down again until you see Switch to Professional Account and click that option. Okay, so you're going to get a similar menu to what you saw on Facebook. Are you a creator or are you a business? Most of you are going to want to choose business. So that's what I chose. This is just some information about why choosing a business profile is useful in Instagram. As I mentioned, you'll get all these insights and analytics around your followers. And then you'll be prompted to select a category, again, similarly to how you were prompted for your Facebook business profile. Most of you, again, will want to choose farm. And there's, I think, the same exact options as what you were offered in Facebook. I'm going to You can choose to put in your contact information if you want it to be public. I'm going to skip that. This is where you can connect to your Facebook page. This is a previously recorded video, so I did not do that, but it's fairly simple to just follow the prompts and you'll link it directly to that URL that we created previously. Okay, and that's it. We have created our business profile, but there's a couple things that you're going to want to do to customize it so people can find you. So we're going to complete our profile. I'm going to write in, I wrote in my name here. You will likely want to write your farm name rather than your personal name. It's up to you, but I think that's useful to put your farm name in. If you have a website, you can include that information. I would suggest doing that because you can use your bio as a way to call people to action to visit your website. And then I clicked on bio on the bottom there. And so again, this is a good space, similarly to how it's on Facebook, to share a little bit about your business and to call people to action. So I am a produce farm based in Asheville. This is the call to action. You can find us at the Asheville City Market on Saturdays and at the Rad Market on Wednesdays. Online ordering available on website. I like to use emojis. I think it makes things more personal. But another call to action that you can include in your bio is something like, visit our website below for weekly availability. Visit our website below to learn more about delivery options and pickup. Visit our online store for availability. You can link directly to your online store if you have one. It could be linking to, if you don't have a website, it could be linking to the Asheville City, if you're a vendor there, or to a farmer's market that where you're at. If there's a restaurant that you serve or that you have served in the past, that might be a good place, like about where you can find, include information about where you can find your product in your bio. You're limited to a certain number of characters, so that's just something to consider. But the bio is a good way to utilize the call to action. All right, so I'm going quickly add a profile picture. That's just a pretty photo I had on my phone. All right, and I'm just going to show you what the profile now looks like as a business profile. So you'll see that There's more information about what kind of business I am. There's a link to a website here now. There's this bio. So it kind of gives it that professional finish that you don't see on a personal Instagram account. And from here, so you're all set. This is what your business profile will look like. Like on Facebook, you'll want to do some experimenting, post a photo and write something about it. Invite your friends to follow you. You can do that again by importing your contacts or by inviting your Facebook friends to follow you. So it's all about kind of experimenting from here and seeing what works, what doesn't work. But these are the basics of at least setting up a profile and then doing some tinkering on your own. And so I would love to, that's kind of the overview that I have to share with you all. I hope that that was succinct and simple enough to start with. I'm wondering if anyone, well, let's go back to the webinar. If you have any questions moving forward, if anything comes up for you beyond this webinar, you're welcome to reach out to me directly at adcamp@asapconnections.org, and I'm happy to assist you. I will provide one-on-one consulting if that's something you're interested in and you're an Appalachian grown farmer. Okay, now's the official time to ask questions. So if you have any questions, you can either unmute yourself or you can ask it in the little chat box on the side. Feel free to ask away, but otherwise I'll provide some information for you about our upcoming webinars. All right, well, our upcoming webinars will be held on Mondays at 2 o'clock. The next one's going to be a little bit more in depth around how to engage and build your audience on social media. That'll be next Monday at 2 o'clock. And then the following Monday, May 4th, we're going to be specifically talking about strategies for communicating with the public through the COVID-19 pandemic. And again, that's 2 o'clock p.m. Oh, trying to ask, oh, let me unmute you.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
I had to run away to take out the bread out of my oven.
Okay.
And I missed a very important step. I do have an Instagram, and then I know we clicked on those 3 little bars up there and go to settings.
Yes.
But then I was gone. So, and I missed how to go on from there.
Sure.
I have it right in front of me, so I can do it right then. Right there.
Okay. Is this Barbara?
Yes.
Barbara, what I can do is I can send you the video of that recording.
Yes, that would be good.
Okay. Great. I'll send you an email with that recording, and I'll include some written instructions too for you in case it's unclear.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Appreciate.
Yeah, you're welcome. Does anybody else have any questions?
Very interesting.
I did have a question. This is Amanda Jarman. Thank you so much. Part of it was, would you mind sending me that same tutorial? Because I wanted to try to go through it when I was able, setting it up step by step. Wondered then on these follow-up chats, if we had questions, can we still bring up topics from today, even if you're moving on to a new topic?
For sure. Yeah, I am available to help moving forward around any questions that you might have, as long as you're an Appalachian grown farm in our network. If you're not a registered farm, I can walk you through that process. But yeah, feel free to reach out to me, and I'm happy to connect around any questions that might come up for you.
Yeah, I would love to actually be part of that network. I'm working with a farmer, and he's the one who forwarded this to me, and I think he's part of your network. So I would love that. Yes.
Okay, perfect. Well, I will send you over an email to Amanda with some more information for you.
Thank you. I had one more thing too, which is, so I have not opened Facebook yet, but I have done Instagram. And it looks to me like it's probably a good idea if, let's say, you have a weekend of sales and someone on their own personal Instagram page has a picture of them using your
Facebook and Instagram account and what you're selling.
help advertise. Do you suggest that people basically then take that and link it up to their own page just so others can see that their products are being consumed? Or what do you think about that?
I'm sorry, you cut out a little bit there. I heard something about a sale, but then it got a little choppy. Would you mind repeating yourself?
So on my Instagram page,
Mm-hmm.
we've been in the second week of sales, and I'll see that individuals will post on their own pages that they have like a picture of a product they've bought from us and say, oh, we made a delicious salad with our product.
Uh-huh.
The question is, do you advise people to try to link those per se advertisements into your business page just to show people are using, like, to what extent are you going to do that?
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. It's like a testimonial, essentially. So there are several apps that you can use to repost those on your profile. I think if you depending on what kind of phone you have on either Apple or Android, you can look up repost for Instagram. And you could also repost on Facebook as well without those apps. But I would first ask if it's okay for you to share that person's post on your business page. But then if you get one of those apps, you can copy and paste their wording exactly as it shows up, and include some of your own wording there too. Something like, hey, like, so glad to have been able to serve you. And I hope you enjoyed the veggies. And then below it, it'll include their original post. And again, I think that sharing those kind of testimonials is really powerful. And it's a way for other folks in the community to be, what's this? What are these strawberries from this farm? If somebody thinks that they're great, then maybe I should get some too. So that is a great tool to use in future as well.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. And does anybody else have any questions?
No.
All right.
Thank
Well,
you.
thank you. Thank you so much for your time. I'll send you all a quick email following this conversation. Just again, I think you have my personal email, but in case you don't, I will send you over a quick note so you have that. If you have any questions, feel free to email me, and I'm happy to connect with you on any of these points in future. But if not, hope to see you next Monday.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.